Hey, church family, want to try to take 5 minutes. Hopefully I'll be able to do it in 5 minutes. I might go a little bit over, but I want to give you an update on some of the things that are going to be happening. Some of the things that we're going to be doing to come together as a church here in the next several days. And in order to do that, we're going to be sending an email out to the church family later on today. But if you aren't a part of that email string and you want to get this information, I want you to take down this email address, all my great technology here, mail@eastclaremont.org, and put your name down and say, please send me the invitations to this, because there's a couple of things that we're going to invite you to join us in addition to our regular worship service that's going to be on Sunday at 10:30. One of those is going to be an interactive, we're going to have a prayer gathering on Saturday night at 6 p.m. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the technology from Zoom. You can go to zoom.com and get that there, or go to the App Store, Google Play, and you can pull down the app. But we're going to use Zoom to have a scripture-fed, spirit-led, worship-based prayer gathering. And this is going to be a time where we get to pray together out loud, where we can hear one another. So zoom.com, you can get that information. Saturday, 6 p.m., you can get that technology, and we'll send you the invite. If you don't get that email from us, hit us up, mail@eastclaremont.org, and we can get that to you. Then second, on Sunday morning at 9:30, right about an hour before our worship service begins, we will have a Bible study. And I'll be leading it. It'll be interactive, and again, we'll use the Zoom technology. So that will be Sunday, 9:30 on Zoom, using Zoom. So again, we'll send the link to that and the invitation for that particular Bible study. But if you're not on the email, again, mail@eastclaremont.org. We'll get that to you if you'll just let us know. So those are a couple of things that are coming up that we're going to use to stay together and be together as we live this together as a church, the Church of Jesus. And speaking of Jesus, it's important for us right now to make sure we keep our eyes on him. We must keep our eyes on Jesus. The writer of Hebrews says we must fix our eyes on Jesus. And so we have to really want to see him. He's not playing hide and go seek with us. Even in the midst of all of this, he wants to show himself, and he wants to show himself to be powerful and good and loving. And so there's a great example of this in the scriptures. In Luke 19, you heard the story as a kid maybe about Zacchaeus. Who was he? He was a wee little man was he. He was a tax collector, didn't have a lot of friends, didn't have a lot of people that were looking out for him. He was one of those forgotten people, but he wanted to see Jesus. And so he wanted to see Jesus so much that when he heard he was coming into town, he climbed up in a sycamore tree so he could get a better view, so he could better see Jesus. So do some inventory really quick. How badly do you want to see Jesus in the midst of all of this? And I would urge you to put your heart out before the Lord. Say, Lord, please let me see you in the midst of all of this. He's not going to play hide and seek with you. Now we notice that in this passage that as the Lord passed by, he looked up. And what did he see? Well, he saw Zacchaeus sitting in a tree. Here's another thing to take from this. Jesus sees you right where you are. He sees you in the midst of your problems. He sees you in the midst of your uncertainty. He sees you and he knows where you are. He hasn't lost track of you. We lose track of stuff all the time. Keys, wallets, phones. But Jesus never loses track of us. So keep that in mind also. But then it says that when Jesus looked up and saw Zacchaeus, he said to him, Zacchaeus. Now, wait a minute. They've never met before. They've never had a formal introduction, and yet Jesus knew his name. Here's the next takeaway from this. Jesus knows your name. He knows who you are. He knows where you are. He knows you. Probably, in fact, not probably, definitely better than you know yourself. He knows your fears. He knows your anxious thoughts. He knows those uncertain feelings that you have and thoughts of what's going to happen next. Don't be afraid. He knows you. And he says, Zacchaeus, come down because I must stay at your house today. Jesus wants to stay at your house. He wants a relationship with you. He wants to be with you. And so here's the question today. How badly do you want to be with Jesus? As badly as he wants to be with you? That's my prayer. And I'm hoping and praying that that'll be your prayer in the midst of all of this. What an opportunity in all of this turmoil to get our eyes on Jesus and to be with him. Take some time and be with him today and just seek his face, nothing else. You'll see the difference that he can make. I love you. We love you. Let's keep our eyes on Jesus together.